Hi guys, Rodney Walker here of Grants USA and Get Funded with Rodney. We've been looking at the topic of what is a grant. And in the last video I shared with you, we looked at the topic of what is a block grant. Today, we're going to be focusing our attention on what is a discretionary grant. Now, you'll see there are a few others here, but let's look at the discretionary grant and see what we can learn from it. This is a part of the grant community blog, and here's what we can learn about a discretionary grant. There's a wealth of wonderful information here to help you in your grant process. Now, a discretionary grant is a grant in which a federal agency selects the awardee. Now, let's back up for a second. In this case, the federal governmental agency is selecting the awardee. So if we backed up, let's look at the grant. Grant is the funding that is being dispersed, but how is it being dispersed in this case? We have elected officials. These elected officials then begin to make laws. As they make laws, they begin to appropriate funds to help to support and carry out those laws. And oftentimes that money is then dispersed to federal governmental agencies. Now, these federal governmental agencies then disperse these funds. And that's what we have as a case here, because the discretionary grant is a grant in which federal agencies select the awardees. Meaning that if you're going to get any of these discretionary grants, you're going to have to apply for these grants from these governmental agencies. And they're issued out based upon merit and eligibility. So you can apply for those grants. You can see here's a place for you to be able to apply for these governmental grants. And then they have a competitive process. Now, I think I'm going to do another training video on this topic because I want to go a little deeper. In fact, what I'm going to do is in the next video, as we come back, I'm going to share with you more about how to go about doing this in an effective way and look at more of who are those that are actually making the decision about whether or not you get these grants or not. So that's what we'll focus our attention on. Until then, be brave, be bold, be brilliant, and go get funded, my friend.